Hey, Brian Mahon here, founder of Igloo Insurance, where we help business owners and families with transparent risk advice. This is, I believe, the third episode of The Climb, the independent insurance scratch agency journey. I took a little bit of a break here from recording these since I actually was on the Scratch Agency podcast, which I'll link below in this episode. But just wanted to recap. We started our agency here June 1st of 2025. It's now October of 2025. And focusing mainly on commercial lines, it's really starting to get busy here. There's a lot of 1231 and 1/1 renewals. But wanted to look back at my notes here, talk about the month of August and September. August was really tough because we had a lot of new agent orientation, a lot of training, summer vacation, back to school. Not as much revenue in the books as we would have liked, but September was great. Still doing accounting and working with bookkeeping on that. We got caught up from June, July, August, and just submitted everything for September. But hit our goal for September, which is great, which I believe was just 4,000 in agency revenue, which, isn't a huge goal, but, about $40,000 in premium on the books for the month, which feels good. So we just want to go through really quickly of kind of some things that aren't working and what are working. We've spent a good deal of kind of this hyper local advertising idea of local sports teams and school districts and things like that. My kids are not in those school districts yet, and my business is here, but my personal home isn't in these school districts. So I would have liked to see kind of more involvement and engagement from those, but more of a branding long-term play. We did a local field hockey teams, t-shirts and banner. Or we just did a basketball team for their kind of t-shirt and banner for the season. We did some radio ads for football and wrestling. So hoping those get some phone calls into our agency, but the community we're in is a lot of renters, so a little bit less of a hometown vibe than initially we thought. So we're also spending a lot of time with kind of financial advisors and life coaches, and a lot of those could have been those folks approaching us versus vice versa. There are some good synergies, especially with life insurance. When a young couple is buying a house and having kids and kind of getting their financial house in order, there are a lot of insurance implications, but also investment implications. So, not necessarily a bad thing, but trying to limit kind of that group to a core few in our area. What is working, which is no surprise because they've worked in the past, and um, folks always say there's a million ways to be successful in this business, and that's 100% true. But I've gotten, meetings lately with, decision makers and commercial accounts, just cold drop-ins. We got kind of a 3-minute ebook printed out as a guide, business insurance procurement best practices, beyond the quote, that tells a little bit about, myself and Igloo, but also really gives a decade worth of experience of tips, best practices to really negotiate and get the best results from underwriters. So that's been working. It's nice to have a tangible leave behind that's custom and not just a business card or something from a carrier. We are using some carrier marketing materials that are industry specific, which I like, and we staple a business card on there and put a flyer in from our agency as well. Chamber events are working, and kind of trade association events. September, late August, early September was kind of where we added that to our business plan, which is always kind of part of our plan, but joining multiple regional chambers, multiple trade associations, and starting to see faces that were unfamiliar now becoming familiar, which is nice, and actually booking meetings from people we meet there, which is even better. So we still need to get better at asking for referrals. I don't know what that is. I did kind of get something interesting here, a physical Google review card that you can have folks scan, which I've never seen before. Someone in one of my networking groups gave it to me, but I'm planning to start using that. instead of emailing folks or casually asking, hey, if there's anybody else we can help, like we helped you, let me know. But specifically saying, who can we call? Or, better yet, with one of my clients, we went through each other's LinkedIn networks and came back with a list of, say, 5 or 10 people. Said, hey, do you actually, know these people? And narrowed them down to 2 or 3. And that's been successful too, um, which I like. So people like to do business with people they know, like, and trust. No, nothing new there. Um, we have tried some lead vendors, which has been interesting. There's kind of a community. It's kind of like life insurance. It's like, oh, buy term, invest the difference, or why would you rent a house when you can buy a house? Kind of, the polarization of life insurance. There's also the polarization in the insurance industry on leads. Should you buy leads, or you just, they all garbage? Do you have the system set up to handle the leads, or you just, they're just reselling the leads to multiple people? So we tried personal lines leads. I think we did, I don't know, almost $1,000 worth. We were kind of doing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, people kind of shopping over the weekend, uh, using a company called Smart Financial, which I actually really liked. The way it works is they basically spend, millions of dollars on Facebook and Google ads. They have all these internet assets, think PennsylvaniaInsurance.com or BoatInsurance.com or whatever. And when visitors go to those websites, they're prompted to put information in, and then they sell their information to, typically it's 2 captive agencies and 1 independent agency. And it's kind of a mad dash to who can call them first. So um, I think we need a couple more direct carriers to be really effective with those personal lines leads. So we shifted gears to some commercial leads, and it's a little frustrating because you can't really limit the type of industry, which is tough. So we kind of saw some trucking, some contracting, home health, retail, and we're able to land a couple policies there that I feel a lot more confident in that world. So I liked the commercial leads. They are a little bit more expensive. Uh, so that's it for this episode of The Climb, the Igloo Insurance Agency Journey. If there's a comment, question you have, feel free to leave it below. We continue to invest in the YouTube channel here. So maybe if you're a new insurance agent or transitioning into the industry, there's a lot of educational content just around insurance in general. Check it out. Thanks so much.